Hey guys, it's Jessie and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Pan That palette update. So this one's a little bit delayed, as are all my updates this month, just because I have been moving into uni and stuff, so I've been super duper busy. But I do have some progress to show you on these palettes. If you haven't watched this video series before from me, I will link it up in the card so you can check out the full playlist and see all our progress. So I am working currently on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette and the ABH, again, Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. So working on these two palettes, I've been doing this one all year and this one since about July, I think, when I did a little refresh. So we've got a lot of progress on one and not so much progress on the other, but this always happens. But my less progress one is the Riviera palette, and we're going to go through that one first, just because this is kind of more colourful and I guess I don't really reach for it quite as much. But also in this video I don't want to talk about kind of like long-term goals for the end of the year, because we are kind of coming to the end of the year now, and just kind of talking about where I think I can realistically get by then. But without further ado, I will put in the progress pictures for this so you can see all the progress throughout the project so far. So yes, here is what the palette is looking like now. As you can see, nothing major has changed since the last update. I will just go through and tell you which shades I have used. I haven't used all of them, unfortunately, but I have used them a little bit more than last month. I believe my goal from last month was to use all of the shades once, and I nearly got there. Not quite, obviously, but I nearly did. So Sails and Yacht, obviously, we're not focusing on because the goal is just to hit pan on everything. I didn't get around to using this shade Seychelles this month, but the first shade I did use was Seaside, which is this kind of gorgeous grey blue shade. I used this one twice this month for 2 uses total in the project. It's the first time I actually used this one, which is so bad, but I did a really nice blue look twice, I believe, with Seaside and Mediterranean. I'll pop a little picture up here. I actually really liked it. It was kind of more of a subtle blue look, but I definitely think I'll be doing that more frequently because I really like the way that that looked. I haven't used Inheritance so far this month, but I have used it 6 times in the project. And then Mediterranean I used twice this month for 3 uses total in the project. Then moving down, I used Cabana twice for 18 uses in the project. I used Bahamas here twice for 4 uses total. I used the shade Cairns, I don't know how you pronounce it, for 3 uses total. And then I used the shade Palm here. I used this one in my brows. I used this one only 7 times this month, but for 98 uses altogether in the project, which is super high. That's a lot of uses. So realistically, for the end of the year, I think I'm going to stop trying to focus on Seychelles. Again, haven't used it. I don't think I'll be hitting pan in there. I do think potentially, depending on how much I do that blue look that I really like, I could hit pan in Seaside and Mediterranean potentially. Not too sure, but I am going to hopefully give that a go. We will see. Inheritance, I think I could create a bigger dip in. I'm not too sure about hitting pan. As you can see, we have got a decent dip in there, but I don't think I'm going to quite have that as a goal just yet, just because it is quite a bright yellow shade, but I do like it, so I do want to increase the dip in there. And then Cabana I should be able to hit pan in. I know we haven't got too much of a dip in there, but it is such a pretty shade. I'm wearing it as like kind of my first transition today, and I think it's really, really pretty. So if I focus in on that one a little bit more towards the end of the year, I definitely think we should be able to hit pan. And then Palm for my brows, I think if I focus the brow brush in there a little bit harder and kind of more focused in the center, I should be able to hit pan. So goals for kind of the following months and the end of the year, I want to potentially hit pan in these two, if not increase the dip. Same with this one here. So these ones I want big dips in, if not pan. And then I do want to see pan in Cabana and Palm. So that is the goals for this one. And then now we have some more progress in the palette. I'm just using it more often because it's more neutrals and stuff like that. And that is the Soft Glam palette. So I'll put in the progress pictures now. Obviously we have less progress pictures because this I've been using for not quite as long, but this is what the palette is looking like now. So again, as you can see, we actually have got some very good progress in here. So Tempera, as you can see here, we did hit pan on this month, I believe. So I used this one 8 times this month for 9 uses total before I hit pan, and then I did continue to use it afterwards. So I've used this one 15 times in total this month. So that is how many uses it took to get to that point, and obviously only 9 uses total to hit pan. Then we have the shade Glistening here. I've used this one twice this month for 4 uses total in the project. Then we have Orange Soda, which I'm actually so surprised we don't have pan in. We've got a decent sized dip in there, but I've used this one 9 times this month for 29 uses in the project in total, which is a lot, I can't lie, but I do think we are very, very close to pan, which is obviously exciting. Then we have the shade Rose Pink. This one is a little bit crumbly. I don't know if you can see, it has fallen away slightly, but I did actually use this one twice this month for 3 uses total in the project. Sultry I did use once this month for 1 use total. It's a bit of a dark shade, but on the outer corner it works okay. The shade Bronze I used twice this month for 7 uses total, and we have got a decent dip in there. Mulberry I used once for 1 use total in the project. Dusty Rose I used twice for 2 uses total in the project, and that's actually a really nice crease shade, quite a like natural one. Then we've got Fairy, which I used 4 times this month for 7 uses total in the project. Then we have Burnt Orange, which I did hit pan on this month, I believe. It took us 3 uses total. It took us 3 uses this month for 21 uses total, and then I used it 3 more times just overall in the project, I believe. I think that was this month. It might have been last month. I really can't remember. My spreadsheet isn't very clear. Then we have the shade Sienna, which has also got a decent dip in there now. I used this one twice this month for 11 uses total. The shade Rustic we did hit pan on last month, so that's why I'm not sure whether we hit Burnt Orange last month or not. I can't remember. But then we have Cypress Amber, which I have used 5 times this month for 5 uses in the total project, and haven't actually used Noir at all yet. So obviously you can see a lot more progress on here than the other palette, which is good. So goals for the end of the year, I think I can increase the dips in both Glistening and Fairy. I don't think we'll hit pan in either of those, but they are quite nice inner corner shades. Orange Soda we should definitely have a pan in. I don't think we're going to do too much on these two just because I don't like them quite as much. Bronze I'm also hoping for a pan. If we can, that would be good. I'd like to see a good dip in Dusty Rose, and then maybe pan in Sienna too, and a good dip in Cypress Amber. So overall I think we will hope for pan in Bronze, Orange Soda, and maybe a bigger dip in Sienna. We'll see about a pan. So yeah, at least 2 more pans in this palette hopefully by the end of the year. So my goals for next month are just going to be to focus on those shades that I mentioned, and hopefully we can have some more pan next month. I definitely think Orange Soda should have some pan next month because 29 uses is a lot to not have pan. So yeah, I really hope you guys did enjoy this update for my Pan That Palette series. If you guys did, don't forget to give it a like down below, hit subscribe, turn the bell to a little club, make sure you turn on all notifications, then you'll be notified every single time I post a new video. If you want to watch one of my other videos, there'll be 2 on the screen now to pick from, as well as a load linked up in the cards from earlier. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!